Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to KT Garage. This is part 17 of the 1973 Dodge Challenger Hellcat swap build. A quick recap from the last episode. You see that this entire side has already been treated with rust treatment. Now over here, we still have some issues with rust holes or see-through holes here. This entire area still needs to be worked on. So I'm going to try to stay focused on this episode to get this whole thing done. What I'm going to do is I'll just start cutting out fresh piece of metal to fill in all the space right here, and then we'll fill up here as well. I'm going to leave the original structure here because the AC vent needs to come up, cut up against this geometry, so I got to leave the original one alone. Now it's not too bad under there. It's just like from the top, it's got a lot of pits. So the only way to repair it is just to put a fresh piece of metal on top of it and weld it in. And back here, instead of cutting this out and create a lot of work, I'm just going to put another piece of metal, fresh metal on the outside. Now just to stop water from leaking. And then this entire thing is going to be covered from the inside anyway, so nobody is going to see it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time making this perfect. I'm going to make a template for it to cover back here. And what I need to do first is I need to know what the profile is. So I just use this aluminum wire. I can just bend it just to fit around the curve like that. And then I transfer it into a piece of paper like this. And then I just make sure that I try them and everything fit perfectly. So I'm gonna cut this out of metal first. I'm just gonna fill this in, and then I'll cut another piece over here and we'll connect it. And then at that point we can start going up this way, and then maybe around here as well, because I do see a rust through hole up here. I tack weld the corners first, and then just weld towards the center. It's a very tedious process, so I just take my time and weld a little bit at a time, because if you weld too much in one spot, it's going to warp. This is the last section that I have to weld in. Well, the welding on this side is completed. I also put in a new coat of paint and then put on seam sealer. You can see everything now is done. It's ready for the top piece to go up here and then weld it back on. So I'm getting there. I'm gonna try on the top piece and see if I need to trim anything before I weld it on. So for the top of the cowl, I'm gonna put one piece at a time back, and this piece right here is the first one that I took out. So I'm gonna go ahead and weld this back in. It goes right in the driver's side corner, and then we're trying to get the big piece on. It's the same process here. I started out with just spot welding all the corners and then finished welding it. This smaller piece already been welded in completely. You can see that I've already ground down some of the weld beads. It's not completely done yet. I'll do all the body work a little bit later, but for now I'm happy with it. Now I'm going to try the bigger piece, try to tack weld it in, and then we'll just do a complete weld pass and get that over with. This is a very long section of weld that I have to do, so I would just spot weld every 2 to 3 inches and then switch sides, do a little bit of welding here, do a little bit of welding there, and then move to different places just so I can spread out the heat and not warping the cowl as I weld it. I'm almost there. This is the last piece I have to weld in. All right, so this last piece went on. I completely welded all around. Well guys, I managed to get the entire welding job done for the cowl. Now, I still gotta go back in and grind everything down and do body work on it. But I'm gonna do that next week since it's late Sunday night and I got it wrapped up. Come inside, get some rest and get ready for the work week. Appreciate you guys tuning in to KT Garage. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.